So the question becomes, how can we walk into the banks and get $100,000 in business funding as a new LLC without showing any proof of income? That's a great question, and I'm going to answer that today. But I'm going to break it down in 3 quick, easy steps on how you can put yourself in position so you can go to these financial institutions and get up to $100,000 in business funding. Notice I said financial institutions with an S. I'm not just talking about going into one bank and get up to $100,000. No, that's going to take different data points, right? You might have to show, for a fact, you're going to have to show documentations and have to be in business longer than 2 years, tax returns and W-2s and paycheck stubs if you want to get $100,000 from one bank. That's not what I'm saying today. I'm saying if you strategically go by what I'm about to tell you right now, with this information I'm about to provide for you, you can qualify for up to $100,000 in your business as a new LLC without showing little to no documentation, no proof of income. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Now, the first step you have to do in order for you to qualify or meet these requirements to get funding, you need to make sure that your business is properly structured. I talk about this all the time because if your business is not properly structured, you won't make it out of the AI system, because these loan officers, these creditors, these lenders, everything go through AI first. For example, if you have a high risk business name, just properly structuring your business. Most of you go into real estate. Most of you are contractors. Most of you go into the transportation business and you have trucking, you have properties, you have that in your business name, not understanding that now you did your business a disservice because now it's considered a high risk. So a few things is going to happen. Either one, you're going to get blacklisted. Number two, you're going to go into the high risk category, which means they're going to give you bad terms, high interest rates, or limited funding, meaning low credit limits. And you don't want that to happen, right? So we need to make sure we choose the right business name. The same thing by choosing the right industry that we in. You can go into real estate, but real estate doesn't have to be in your name, or real estate doesn't have to be the industry that you choose, such as you don't have to choose the real estate NAICS code. You don't have to choose that. So choosing the right business name, having the right NAICS code. Also, you want to make sure if you're not in the brick and mortar, you need to have a virtual office. There's no way around it. Get a virtual office. Why? Because credit is all about perception. Do you look good on paper? So you want to make sure when you go to these lenders, when you go to these creditors, now you can be working from your mother's garage. You can be working from inside your car. However, on paper, you want to make it sure that you're working from a big skyscraper inside your city, right? Because lenders want to make sure that you are professional and that you are an established business owner. So it gives that perception. Also, virtual office can be used for a multitude of reasons, such as you can do business in other states if you are an established business owner in that particular state or city. You can potentially go to a community bank and get their products and their services. Whole different video. I'll do another video on that next time about foreign entities. That's essentially what I'm describing right now. If you want me to do a video about foreign entities, just type in foreign entities in the comments below, and I'll eventually do a video about that if enough people actually respond or comment by saying foreign entities. I digress. All right, so properly structure your business. Next, you want to make sure you get an LLC. Then you get an EIN number. Then get a website. Then you want to make sure you're on Google. Then you want to make sure you listed in public records by getting in a 411 record. That's all about properly structuring your business. You want to make sure that you're lender's compliance when it comes to these financial institutions or to get approved. You also want to make sure that you have a .com or .org email. You want to make sure you have a professional phone number. Guys, you want to make sure you have a registered agent, have an operating agreement. Most importantly, you want to make sure you have a business checking account. Technically, you're not in business until you have a business checking account. Are you tracking me? So we want to make sure that the banks will be able to track our data history and our payment history. And our transaction, the only way they can do that if we have a business checking account. Now you can go with Wells Fargo, you can go with Bank of America, you can go with PNC. Now, some banks report to the business credit bureaus, others don't. So again, you have to do this in a strategic way. However, although some banks don't report to the business credit bureau, they might have better products and services, and they might cater to small business owners more than other banks. So again, be strategic. Now, you can have multiple bank accounts. You don't have to have one. All right, so that's part of properly structuring your business. That's step number one. Step number two, we need to make sure that the business owner credit is in position, which means we need to make sure that our personal credit, your personal credit, is in position. The data points have to be there. Well, let's unpack that. Let's break it down. Well, we need to make sure we have on-time payment history. Did you know your payment history makes up 35% of your credit profile? So the payment history need to be on there. When lenders and creditors look at your personal and your business credit profile, they need to make sure that you're paying your bills on time. Essentially, that's what credit is, the ability to pay your bills on time and over a period of time. Essentially, that's all credit is. We also make sure that we know how to manage debt. How can lenders tell? Well, they want to check our credit utilization. On the personal side, we need to make sure that we keep our credit utilization 7 to 10% or lower, not 30%. I know most of you on here, well, I've been taught 30%. No, that's a trap. 10%, well, really 7% or lower. So we also want to make sure that banks do something that's called comparable credit. So, for example, if you have a high limit credit card on your personal credit, on your consumer credit profile, that's exactly what we're talking about now. Business credit profile, different ball game, talking about that a little later, but I want to focus on your consumer credit profile. So we have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on the personal side. Then lenders understand that we can manage debt. So which means they're going to match that, or they're going to give us 2 to 3 times more what your personal credit card limit is on the business side, because they understand in business you have more expenses. So yeah, they want to make sure that when you spend money, the more money you spend, the more money they're going to make off you. So they want to make sure that you're spending money. This is why you don't get penalized on a business credit profile when it comes to your credit utilizations as much on the personal side, because lenders understand that you have to spend money to make money. Right. So we want to make sure that we have a high limit credit card on the personal side. Next, we want to make sure that we have good credit history. Longevity matters. How long have you been managing that debt? 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Right. So that matters when it comes to your personal credit profile. Your hard inquiries. Are you being frivolous, or AKA are you being thirsty for credit? All this matters, because did you know you can have an 850 credit score if you have too many hard inquiries reporting on your credit profile? Lenders will turn you down because you look thirsty. No one likes to lend to an individual who constantly look like they need credit. Are you tracking me? So we want to make sure we keep our hard inquiries low. Now, obviously, when you're applying for credit with some banks, some financial institutions, you're going to accumulate more hard inquiries. But again, you have to be strategic about it. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, about being strategic about applying for different types of credit card through different banks. Now, those are some of the data points. Also, I haven't even talked about the negative items, such as you want to make sure you don't want to have any collection accounts. You don't want to have any charge-off accounts on your personal credit profile. All that matters. So again, I just went over some of the data points that you need to make sure that's on your personal credit profile, that these lenders won't give you a reason to turn you down. Now, most of you might be thinking, oh, London, I have all that or some of that on my personal credit profile. I can't get qualified for what you're talking about, up to $100,000. Well, here's a solution. You have to remove and dispute those negative items off your personal credit profile. That's the solution. There's really nowhere around it. Now, however, I'm counter contradicting myself because there are ways, well, a few ways around it, but it requires you to have revenue. Again, you have to get the bank something. Either you're going to have good personal credit, good business credit profile, or you're going to have good revenue, or you're going to have some type of collateral, or some type of good credit. You see, you have to give the bank something to make sure that you are not a high risk, or that you are credible, or that you're willing, or that you have the ability to pay them back. That's all I'm saying. All right, so that's step number 2. Make sure that our personal credit profile is in position. Step number 3, we want to make sure that we build a relationship with these banks. Let's unpack that. What do I mean by building a relationship? Well, I mean getting one of their products or services, or getting multiple products and services that they provide. For example, a business checking account, a personal checking account, a savings account, a CD, a secure business credit card, unsecured business credit card, a personal line of credit, a business line of credit, an auto loan, a prepaid card, right? A merchant account. I literally just named about 10 things you can get. Now, don't go out there and get all their products or the services. Just get 1, maybe 2. But my point is, the more they know, like, or trust you, the better chance you will have to get approved for an unsecured business credit card. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. Stated income business credit cards, where you can walk into these financial institutions, fill out that credit application. If you're going online, walk inside or do it on the phone. My recommendation, it just depends. You can go inside to really build that rapport. That's really the best way. But going online is quicker, it's faster. But if you do those 3 steps, now even building a relationship, let me circle back around to build relationships. That can be simple as being added as an authorized user. That can be as simple as using somebody's link. So there's multiple ways to skin a cat to build that relationship, but it's very important that you do. Because businesses like to do businesses with people that they know, like, or trust. Simple as that. So guys, those are the 3 quick steps. Now, again, we're talking about stated income business credit cards or unsecured business credit cards. This is the power of, you hear me talking about this all the time. If you haven't, make sure you go watch my previous videos. I did a video like this before where I list 5 banks where you can get stated income business credit card showing no proof of income. Again, the reason why this is feasible is because your personal credit and the structure of your business and your relationship with them. So if you have those 3 things, you're good to go. You don't have to show any documents, any financial statements, any bank statements, any tax returns, things of that nature when it comes to unsecured business credit cards. So don't come to me and say, hey, London, well, I tried to go get a business loan, but they want a tax return. That's because you applied for a business loan. Don't come to me saying, London, well, I asked for a business line of credit. They want a paycheck stub. That's because you asked for a business line of credit. You didn't ask for an unsecured business credit card. Those are all different products. Are you tracking me? Okay, guys, now I'm going to give you a bonus where, just to name a few banks, you can go to PNC Bank, you can go to GM Motors, you can go to, what else? You can go to Navy Federal. They have a business credit card. You can go to NASA on the personal side, right? So you can go to FNBO. You can go Capital on Tap, which is like fintech companies. So you can go to a multitude of banks because just about every bank has these unsecured business credit cards, these stated income business credit cards. So you're good to go when it comes to that. Now, the reason why this is possible, remember I said not one bank. This is the last thing I'm going to leave you with. The reason why this is possible is because if you know which bank reports to which credit bureau, this is how you can manipulate the system. If I know Chase report to Experian and TransUnion, well, okay, they're going to pull from there. If I know American Express is pulling from Experian, okay, they're going to pull from that credit bureau. If I know Wells Fargo pulls from Equifax, okay, they're going to pull from that credit bureau. That means I can get 25,000 from here, 25,000 from here, 25,000 from here. Then I can go to another bank, like a Navy Federal. I know they pull from Experian business. On the personal side, they pull from TransUnion. So I can get two different cards, personal and business side, 20,000, 20,000. Are you tracking me? So this is how you manipulate the system. This is how you get up to $100,000 by those 3 steps, and also knowing which business credit bureau reports. Again, that's a whole video by itself. Thanks for the time. Hope you got a lot of value information from this. Like and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next one. Peace.